The big day's finally here. Deadpool and Wolverine has hit movie theaters. And here on GeeKlare Podcasts, we do not have time for a spoiler-free review. So if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, get out of here, go watch the hottest movie of the summer, and then come back, because we're talking the good, the bad, and the spoilers. And while I give you a minute to click out of here, I will tell you that the Wolverine popcorn bucket that has divided some fans. Some people were even starting to think it was just a big joke and they weren't actually going to sell it. Good news! It's real. It's real. I managed to score one. It has a convenient little handle on it so you won't spill your popcorn. I myself did not put popcorn in it. I got it just for the collectability. But it is real. You can go get it. However, points off because, as you can see, they removed the tongue. No tongue, that was just for promotional stuff, apparently. Needless to say, because of that, the movie is 0 out of 10 trash. Don't go see it. I'm kidding. We will talk the negatives as well as the positives on here. But yeah, no tongue on the popcorn bucket. Alright, having said that, let's get into the actual movie. Paradox goes rogue on the Time Variant Authority, believing that he'll receive the equivalent of a TVA promotion if he shows them how much more efficient pruning universes can be again. He wants to prune Deadpool's universe because Wolverine died, but he wants to spare Deadpool from the pruning because supposedly Deadpool is needed for a greater purpose. Originally, that purpose was supposed to be that Deadpool and a bunch of other characters needed to go into the multiverse and stop the army of Kangs that was overtaking it, but that plot's out the window now, thanks Jonathan Majors. So who knows what's going to happen. We know the Russo brothers are back for whatever Avengers 5 will be, and for Avengers 6, so they're going to try to recapture that endgame lightning in a bottle again. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, Paradox wants to do that because Wolverine is apparently the anchor being of Deadpool's universe. An anchor being is the glue, the one person that holds the universe together, and when they die or get moved to a different world or what have you, the universe starts to unravel. Normally this happens slowly over time, but Paradox wants to fix that again using the MacGuffin, the Time Ripper. Meanwhile, Deadpool obviously wants to save his universe and thinks that if he goes into the multiverse, grabs a different Wolverine and brings him back, they can just swap him out for the dead one and it'll fix everything. Spoilers, it doesn't. And Wolverine and Deadpool are sent to the Void because of it. And within the Void, there's yet another problem. Yet another British villain, as Deadpool quips. Cassandra Nova, Professor X's sister. She has taken over the Void where she rules as a goddess, and when she learns of the Time Ripper, she wants to get it, destroy the entire multiverse except the Void, because then she can just rule over everything. And there's a resistance group, thus all the cameos. Hugh Jackman, no shock, is amazing in this movie. The monologues, the dramatic acting that he gets, it is a pleasant surprise how much drama and heart there is in this movie amidst all the R-rated Deadpool comedy. They finally gave fans what they waited 24 years to see with Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine costume. There is so much fan service in the best way possible. There is so much love in this movie. And they give a wonderful send-off to the Fox universe and presumably Deadpool himself. And that's one thing that I'm worried about, honestly, because if they do pop up in Secret Wars, well, this was a great finale, but oh, they're back now, so that wasn't really the finale. Much like bringing Wolverine back here was risky because, oh, Logan was such a great send-off, oh, he's back now. It reminds me a lot of when I have been to wrestling shows and you see so-and-so's last retirement match and then they come back and then you feel kind of cheated. That's literally, that has happened to me twice now with Shawn Michaels and The Rock. The film opens with grave desecration. That is a sentence I rarely get to say, and hopefully I won't have to repeat that too often in my life. Yeah, Deadpool is digging up Logan's grave, thinking that Wolverine is still going to be alive somehow. He's not. You do not want to miss a minute of this movie. They get right into it. They get right into Logan is still dead in Logan, and then we've got Deadpool fighting the TVA immediately, set to an amazing song. First of all, my first huge positive for this movie, the soundtrack. Every Deadpool movie's soundtrack has killed it for me, and this movie, I'm happy to say, is no exception. Great songs throughout the whole thing. Do not roll into this movie 5 minutes late because they get right into it. All right, second positive of the movie. Deadpool's birthday is established in this movie. I always like when that happens. You guys have listened to our Geek Holidays episode. You know that we love celebrating anniversaries and character birthdays and other fandom things that manage to enter the pop culture zeitgeist, and maybe now there's an argument for a Deadpool day to be made. That would be pretty cool. Does he have a canon birthday in the comics? I'm not sure, honestly. Comment down below if you know that bit of trivia. A lot of critics talked about the first 35 minutes of this movie being so intense, everything is so fast-paced, and it is. Things do not slow down, really. And some people are going to like that, some people may not, but I thought it was pretty great. And when Deadpool does go into the multiverse to grab a Logan to help him on his little quest this time around, there is a great joke in here. I don't know who came up with it, but give that writer a raise, because the Wolverine that he grabs, turns out, is considered the worst Wolverine, which is a great joke because we all know Hugh Jackman is in fact the best Wolverine. And before Deadpool brings back the alleged worst Wolverine to help him out, Marvel uses that as a great way to sneak in some cameos. We got some Christmas presents that we didn't know we wanted until we got them, man. You ready for this? Henry Cavill shows up as a Wolverine variant. That was brilliant. We also get a height-accurate Short King Wolverine variant. It may sound crazy now, but when they first casted Hugh Jackman as Wolverine back in the day, a lot of people complained that he wasn't the right height for it. The guy from the musical was going to do a terrible job. And, well, history proved them wrong, didn't it? Fanboys need to calm down sometimes. Sometimes you don't know what's best for you. Besides those cameos, we also got some wonderful surprises. I'm not going to go scene by scene. I'm just going to give you the highlights, man. I know a lot of Marvel nerds live and die by the cameos. I'm going to talk about the ones we got and the ones we didn't get, because that was both a positive and a negative for me. All right, let's get into it. Again, click out now. One fan dream that people have wanted for this movie came true. Chris Evans was back, but not as Captain America, as the Human Torch from Fantastic Four. If anybody was going to make that joke, it was going to be Deadpool, right? Well, he did it, and it was brilliant. Now, the other Fantastic Four members are not seen, and that was disappointing to me. I would have liked to have seen Chris Evans play off of Michael B. Jordan or something, but no, we don't get any of that. That's too bad. Another huge positive and negative for the movie was the X-Men, or the lack thereof. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine coming back, a triple plus for that. And they did it. After almost 15 years or so of trying to make it happen, they finally canonized Channing Tatum as Gambit. It's the happiest I've been since we saw Nicolas Cage's Superman. I always love when there are real-life redemptive stories in addition to the stories we see on screen when it comes to movies. I love that Zack Snyder finally got to make his Justice League. I love that Nicolas Cage finally got to be Superman. And I love that Channing Tatum finally got to play Gambit. Good for Marvel for finally making that happen. On the negative side, though, all the other X-Men are referenced but not seen. We're pretty much just told they're dead. No Magneto, no Professor X, McAvoy, or Stewart, no Beast despite his cameo in the Marvels, retroactively making that movie even worse. Yeah, everybody's just dead, and that's unfortunate. We do get Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead back, but only during the birthday scene, really. Pretty much same for Vanessa and Dopinder, And points off for that. You know, when you watch Deadpool's 1 and 2, you love these side characters so much, and then Deadpool 3, they all pretty much just get sidelined for all the other usual Marvel shenanigans. Points off for that. Points back up, though, because Peter has a really great moment in here, and I love that they brought him back. They use the Punisher's gun at one point, but they don't say which Punisher it is, but they're dead also. So that was disappointing. Marvel could have crammed in more cameos here if they wanted to, especially because this was supposed to be a multiversal threat. I'm hoping that they will save some of that for Secret Wars. I'm hoping that's the big cameo fest that we all want it to be. But back to the positives. We got Blade showing up in this movie. That was wonderful, and they even crack a joke about how there's only one Blade, there's only ever going to be one Blade. And at this point, it's looking like that might be true. That was a great joke and a great cameo. That was awesome. I'm trying not to sound like Chris Farley on SNL. Remember that time you did that? That was awesome. I'm trying not to do that too much, but there were a lot of awesome moments and cameos in this movie, and it deserves that type of fanboy response. It feels good, honestly. It feels good to be excited about a Marvel movie again after taking so many L's in a row, and Deadpool even mentions that. He speaks for the fans so well in this movie. We get Happy Hogan in here, but no Tony Stark, but I'm okay with that. To me, Tony Stark is the best MCU death, and I never want them to undo it, but I'm fearful that will inevitably, he'll get a variant in Secret Wars 2, I'm feeling like, and I'll just have to reconcile that. No Spider-Man. A lot of people were hoping that would be a thing because Deadpool makes the little hand gesture in the car with Wolverine at one point in the trailer. No Spider-Man, no shipping jokes, none of that. That might disappoint some people, but again, Secret Wars is coming, so who knows. At one point in the trailer, Deadpool was hyping up Wolverine for a fight, and a lot of fans were salivating, wondering who that was going to be against, and they were thinking, people were betting money on the Hulk, man. They were thinking a Hulk or some variant of Hulk was going to show up, maybe Edward Norton, maybe Lou Ferrigno. Well, no Hulk in this movie at all. No Thanos. I was kind of hoping it might go that route. Seeing Wolverine versus Thanos would have been sick if they had gone to like the Endgame universe or something. But no, we didn't get that. It was Wolverine versus Sabretooth, which sure, that's his arch enemy and all, but we've seen that fight. Deadpool has the line in the trailer that fans waited years to see this. That's a very misleading line that got a lot of our hopes up, including mine, for something bigger. Don't get me wrong, I love Tyler Mane. I thought he was great casting for Sabretooth. But not only was that a disappointment when you had us thinking it was something bigger, he's not on screen for that long. The fight scene does not take that long, and that's unfortunate. Once Wolverine and Deadpool got to the Void, it was an excuse for a lot of cameos, which was great. I mean, that's kind of what we hoped Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was going to be, and it wasn't. But consequently, a lot of those cameos were a little too quick. It would have been great to see them have a little more meaning. A little longer of a fight scene with Tyler Mane would have been great, but we do get more than one fight scene between Deadpool and Wolverine, which, I mean, come on. Everyone was hoping for that, and we got it. So, good for them for giving us that at least, and that one also had a dope soundtrack to it. So, points back up for that. Taylor Swift was rumored for the movie, and she does not show up. The rumors of her being Lady Deadpool were false. Turns out Lady Deadpool was actually Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' real-life wife. That was kind of funny. Not enough of the Deadpool variants, though. They were on screen for a little bit, and then Wolverine makes a great joke about getting to unalive 100 of them. If it were me, this is a me problem with the movie. I would have used that opportunity to bring in the different voice actors who have played Deadpool in media before Ryan Reynolds became synonymous with the role. I think Marvel missed an opportunity there to really pay tribute to Deadpool as a whole as a character for Marvel. By the way, as we are reviewing this, I'm also showing you guys some of my Deadpool collection. My Deadpool Superhero Funko Pop, my Deadpool Maximum Effort t-shirt. I always like when the Funko Pops have accessories or variant packaging to it. It makes them feel different. It makes them feel a little bit more worth the money, considering that they all pretty much look the same. It's always nice when they give them something to help them stand out. I thought that was a pretty funny joke, superhero. What do you guys think about it? As you can see, not a low number, but as I've said before, I get the Funkos because I like them, not because of the collectability factor. I saw a Jason Voorhees #1 going for $250 at like a resale shop the other day. That's ridiculous to me. I wouldn't spend that much on these little guys. What do you guys think of my Deadpool collection, and what do you have in your Deadpool collection? Comment down below about that. Anyway, back to the movie. As far as any kind of tease for Secret Wars or anything else, no, we didn't really get that. But that's okay. Depending on how this movie goes, and it's looking like it's going to go pretty well, we might see them again. There was one joke in there, possibly hinting at the future. Deadpool suggests that, what are you going to do with your life now, Logan? Will I see you around? And Logan, of course, goes, probably not, because, he hates Deadpool and everything. That was pretty funny. So, will we get them back again later? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, no tease for the future, so that might disappoint some people who were hoping for the big Marvel post-credits return to form. I would have loved a scene between Deadpool and Samuel Jackson, with R-rated Samuel Jackson getting to go off with Ryan Reynolds. That would have been great. None of that either. More mixed feedback on that. They do not hold back on the R-rated humor in this movie. A lot of people were worried that Disney was going to Disneyfy it. No. There is plenty of R-rated Deadpool humor in here. They take shots at Marvel, they take shots at Disney, they take shots at DC. They talk about all the naughty things that you would expect. However, I will also say that it's probably the tamest of the 3 Deadpool movies, just because there's so much plot stuff happening. And on that same note, another negative, the beauty about the first Deadpool movies, the first 2, is that you can watch them on their own. Because they were R-rated, they were treated very separate from the X-Men films, from the larger MCU, from the Spider-Man films. And when you go to watch Deadpool 3, you really have to kind of do your homework. It feels a lot more like the traditional MCU film where, I gotta watch this and that to understand everything, and that's just unfortunate. I think that will take some points off from this movie for some, but if you're into that larger MCU, you're gonna love that part of the movie. As an objective observer, I would have to say my review of this film is mixed, but as a fan, this movie, 8 out of 10. It's funny, it's action-packed, it's everything you wanted in a Deadpool movie, and some stuff you didn't know you wanted until you got it. There's enough in here that I was very happy with my theatrical experience, and I think most of you will be as well. But it's not just about me. Comment down below, let us know what you thought about Deadpool and Wolverine. Please do not post any spoilers. Don't be a jerk. The movie just came out today at the time that we're recording this. Give it at least a week before you post any spoilers, but give us your overall thoughts down below. You guys have a voice on this channel. It's not just about me and Kit and what we think. We want to hear from you guys too, but we can't do that. We can't make you comment. Only you can choose to do that. So do that, and we'd love to geek out with you in the comments, please. And tune in again soon and take another bite of the GeeKlare.